Alright, Adventure Team, welcome back. We are continuing on with the Devalin quest line. I'm trying to remember how to get back to Diluc's Tavern. There it is. Sprinty, sprinty. Using the beautiful Noelle. She is probably my favorite character. Honestly, out of the whole game so far that I've gotten to play with at least.
I can't think of any reason for Dvalin's betrayal.
We do get to play with Diluc a little bit today. We have kind of a trial run with him. As far as I know, there hasn't been one for Jean at all. And
one of the reasons I don't
really like to get to use her. I mean, I would really like to have her as my first 5-star, but I mean, what's the likelihood of that happening, right?
Me, sir. Never mind. We don't often
I'm being slow.
I have a rough idea of where the holy...
Nice recovery. She's really talented.
I forget just how much conversation time is in the first little bit of this game before you get super deep into just playing the game.
I imagine they don't want to leave something...
I do love Jean's voice actors, both American and Japanese. They are absolutely phenomenal. With that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and head into this dungeon that I was just talking about, where I do believe we get to play as Diluc on top of our regular party. Alright, here we go. Sprinty sprinty with the Diluc, and I think he has Wolf's Gravestone as his weapon. We'll see here in just a minute whenever we get up into some combat. Oh yeah, there's a treasure chest down here. Thanks to a fellow YouTuber who reminded me to look in here for this. I've recently been going back and watching Asian Guy streams, do some of his free-to-play account as well, trying to make sure that I get all the primo gems I can so that I can do our next summoning session and get our first 5-star as soon as possible. With that guy out of the way, move on to this next room.
Goes by the name Senora.
Ooh, creepy candles.
Alright,
so here's the big room. If I remember right, we have to go to all 4 of these no matter what. Oh, we can't just kill this guy. Darn.
Never heard of that, sir. What are you
Let's
lot
see.
doing here? That lies way too obvious.
No.
And just how do you...
We're gonna try to threaten to kill you. That didn't work, so let's just kill all the things. So I actually like Diluc's playstyle. I'm a big fan of claymores in general. I've mentioned before that I use Noelle and Chongyun quite a bit in my first playthrough. In fact, Chongyun was the first character that I actively tried to build for damage, and then I got Razor and just saw how much the output was different. Chongyun is great, mind you, but he does really need to be about C3 before he becomes like carry worthy as a DPS. Diluc, on the other hand, he hits, well, like a truck compared to the rest of my team at the moment. This is not, I mean, obviously not his best build, but he does have the Wolf's Gravestone, which, you know, is a 5-star weapon that I also don't have on my main account. Once again, if you guys will go and like and comment on my summoning video, if we get enough likes and comments on that particular video, I will gladly go about showing you guys some of my characters and what all 5-star weapons and characters I have on my main account. So guys, remember, after this, please go watch my summoning video if you haven't already, and if you have and you didn't like or comment on it, please do so.
Did you?
Alright, we are going to move on to the next part of this dungeon. Come on, hit the button. There we go. So that's something about the PlayStation that is another thing, is it's really easy to under or overshoot things. Check for extra treasure chests really quick. A lot of times there are some things that being on the PlayStation makes easier, but it is really easy to miss your timings or to not dash at quite the right time. There's probably a dozen little things that can go wrong when you're playing on a PlayStation. It's not nearly as bad as playing mobile, though. We're going to cheat and give ourselves Noel's shield. Have problems switching back to Diluc, and then once we're back over to him, we're just going to beat the snot out of this guy. There you go. Fire Flippy! I really do like his play and how easy it is for him to hit his ultimate and his bursts. Just, they seem to do a lot of damage. And he does really well with pyro damage. I mean, honestly, he has a lot of uptime between the two of them. So, I feel like Diluc could be a fun character to play. Alright, now we're gonna go...
Off we go!
Back to the tavern. For another round of talking, unfortunately.
This is the Holy Lion.
Yeah.
You managed to retrieve it. The pattern of flowing wind, and setting out.
We're gonna skip over a big chunk of all of this talking.
Wouldn't be much of a bar
And
if I didn't.
You're so cheeky.
Keep going on with the quest, though, because I don't want to take up everybody's time. Alright, so we unlocked co-op, and we unlocked the forgery domains. That's good, because that means that we can upgrade our level. Now we have to go take out the rune guard up here. Oh wait, no. This isn't, I don't think this is, yeah, this is the rune guard. We gotta go take out the rune guard. And let's see. Alright, here's the rune guard. Switch over to
Sure, you can try to find the real
shield,
one.
and
I'll take what you find, even if
Amber.
you're fake. Once you're done, find me at the winery. I'll trade you
eyeball.
a beer for every 20 you find.
This is where I was talking about. The aiming on the PS4 is so much easier than it was on the PC when I tried to play. Now, granted, my PC is an all-in-one and is not great. It could barely load the game, honestly. I would get stuck in lag so much. But you can see that with this particular team, just Bennett and Kaya can take down a rune guard with relative ease. I mean, you do need an archer to set that thing down, but I mean, you kind of need those. Alright, so now we're going to run off and go do this next dungeon that we need to do really quick. Not a difficult one. So much load screen. Alright, here we are. We're going to jump in this really quick. Unfortunately, I don't think we get to use anybody special this go round, which is kind of sad. Go ahead and set up our team here. I've got Pyro. Unfortunately, trade my girl out for Lisa because this says I need Electro, so we're gonna make our way through this relatively quickly. and then be on to the next part of our quest. Hey, look, a treasure chest. And Freezing and Electro guys, they're going to make getting this treasure chest difficult. We're going to get out and take out the Freeze guy first. Mostly because he's going to slow us down the most. Ooh, another treasure chest. Grab that really quick. See, the Electro guy doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, and we can take him out.
Dodge this.
Freeze. Kaya's really nice. Still trying to get used to that teleporting aspect of his skill, but... Alright, grab this treasure chest. Getting a lot of experience books, which is nice.
What's the hurt?
Even the low-level ones come in handy, especially later, believe it or not, when you're trying not to waste experience. They make your life easier than you would expect. Ow. Alright, fire guy, die.
Dodge this.
Freeze. Freeze, or just die. That works too. Got some wind, got a treasure chest. Grab more experience, which is great. Ooh, Primo Gems. All in our quest to get to our first 5-star. I'm hoping to actually push and have a 5-star without too much sidetracking before we actually fight Storm Terror. I don't know if we're gonna make it, but that's the goal. We'll see how that runs. On to the next area here. My resurrection door has opened. That's good. I haven't really seen a downside to having a game over, but I also haven't had a game over where all of my characters have died before. I have ran out of time in the Spiral Abyss on my main account. I cannot 36-star the Spiral Abyss despite being AR 55 and having been played this game since it started. But I can at least get through floor 10 all the time, and typically, well, I can at least get through floor 9 and 10, and I can at least get to all the floors on floor 11. But I've never even, well, one time I did 36-star the Abyss. That's true. That's not true. Currently, I cannot, but one time I did 36-star the Abyss. That was quite a while ago, though, before they went and rather upped the difficulty quite quickly. And we are moving on to the next little bit of this. I think this next part is actually the end. Yeah, there's a treasure chest. So we're going to go grab this treasure chest. This should be the last of...
We're done.
It's too early to relax.
What we need from in here. Get to see D-Luke for just a second before
Hey, D-Luke, I heard that the Fatui have recently proclaimed
we
you
got some more
persona non
primos.
grata.
We're on our way. And now, to make our way over to this little hilly trail camp, pick up this thing from the camp. I think I might be able to get all the way out of here without fighting, which would just kind of be hilarious. Going to just run up this hill, open this treasure chest, a few more primos, and then we're going to teleport. We're heading to the Dawn Winery. We've made it here. Alright guys, this last little bit is just more talking. So I want to take a minute to thank you guys for watching this far. Please leave a like, share, and subscribe. Share these videos so that your friends can see this really random free-to-play
Use the crystals on
trip
the
through Teyvat. Thanks you guys for watching, and have a great day.
It worked!
It seems completely...
The liar's animo power seems... It's all thanks to you.
Benny's adventure
Now,
team,
where should we
assemble!
summon Storm Terror? It must be away from the city, else there will be casual... Perhaps here at the winery?
If the winery was destroyed, it's not something I couldn't eventually fix.
The wind that blows at sea or in high places should be able to carry... It's never going to work if the air is too...
Paimon understands. Then the best location to play the lyre would be...
If you go east from Starfell Lake, there are mountains.
Oh, you mean that beach we were on when you told Paimon?
If you head to where the cliff juts out, that place is... What do you think, Bard?
Let me think. Star Snatch... All right.
Very well. Then let's meet at Star Snatch Cliff. Please don't be late.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.